How is relaxation sounding to you? For me, this month, the theme is relax and rejoice. It's time to reset for the next year. I'm Tonyah Dee, registered dietitian. My company is Yah Light, a movement to ignite the light within. And I believe since we live in a body, we have a soul, and we are a spirit, it's very important to feed all three parts. So this month, what I'm recommending is relaxation. Anything that we can do to bring our entire being into a state of, it's okay, it's all okay. After a year or several months, or perhaps even a lifetime of being in survival mode, it's really important that we learn to relax and we balance relaxing with surviving. And what we find is when we can really deeply relax, we'll have this rejoicing that's going on inside of us, a ability to feel some inner joy. So what I recommend is this month, think about some ways that you can reset so that going into this next month, you're feeling renewed. You have some joy and you have some peace because you've taken the time to relax. So let's give you some of my tips for resetting body, soul, and spirit. For the body, what I recommend is think of your body as a sanctuary, as a safe harbor, as a safe place. So many of us don't recognize or don't place that importance on making our body, turning our body into this place of safety. And often I hear, because I teach meditation, I don't want to meditate because I don't know what I'm going to find when I turn within my body to my inner person. And it's important to know that whatever you find, you have a safe place. Your body is a safe place to explore whatever you find. And ideally, part of being able to be inside in your body is being able just to observe and listen whatever comes up in your body. The body speaks to us. So, but first, just having that thought that this is a safe place. It may not have always felt safe, and somebody may have violated your safe place, but we have the power to make our body into a sanctuary, a safe place where we can go inside and we can find that peace that we're looking for. So in the soul, now remember, the soul includes our mind, our emotions, and our will, our free will. And our soul is always wanting to communicate to us. The soul is trying to keep us alive and move us forward and have new experiences. So when you go inside your body's sanctuary, the soul will say, hello, it's time to communicate to you. And your soul might be angry. It might be sad. It might feel like you've been neglecting your soul, like not valuing it, not listening to it. So again, the goal is to go inside your body and realize that your soul seeks you to value it, to listen to it, to love it, to accept it, because it's you. So in the mind, sometimes our mind needs a complete overhaul. Our thoughts are wrong, or our thoughts are creating behaviors that are not beneficial for us. So how do you overhaul your mind? Well, one way to do it is to become still, go inside your sanctuary, and just watch your mind. Just let it go off. Let it say all the things it's going to say. And you'll notice the mind isn't always telling you the truth. The mind is very random. It's this thought, that thought, this thought, this thought. And the more you allow it to do that, the more some thoughts just leave and say, you can just say, I'm going to let that thought go. I'm going to let that thought go. And as you do that, or I'm going to hold on to that thought, that's an important thought for me. You can write it down. Your mind gets an overhaul. Sometimes our mind just gets too crowded with information, and we need that time just to let it express itself. So in the emotions, during this month, there's probably a lot of emotions that are going to be running high. So one of the things we can do to keep ourselves in the sanctuary of relaxation and peace is just observe people and their emotions. Just observe your own emotions, and you're going to be able to discern, well, that person right now might be somebody I can't really get close to because I need a lot of peace right now. And so I'm going to let that person and let God take care of that person. And because our emotions are running high, it's a good time to see, like, just basically who you really feel you can be around and be peaceful. Or establish a boundary, like, this is my sanctuary. Okay. So in our will, our free will, this is where we establish expectations. So we desire certain expectations out of people and out of ourselves. And this is a very good time this year as we're relaxing to reevaluate our expectations. Are they too high? Are they too low? Do we have expectations from someone that they're not going to meet those expectations, and it's causing an emotional reaction in us? So reevaluate your expectations and let some go. Life has a flow to it. God has a plan. It's not always what we can expect or expect from others. So in the area of our free will, letting go of expectations sometimes allows us to return to that relaxed and rejoicing state. In the Spirit, remember that the Spirit of God is also called the Comforter. The Spirit is the Comforter. Just imagine what comforter, like that big comforter that you can wrap around your body and feels so good and you feel so safe, like a sanctuary. God's Spirit is in our heart, and our body is the sanctuary for God. And we can always, in a state of peace and relaxation, especially when we're relaxing, try to go and find the comforter, the comfort of God's Spirit that's always there for us. And the comforter wants to always bring us to a place of peace and joy. But life is tough, right? We can't always, it doesn't say happiness and joy. We can't always be happy. We can't always be positive. There will be dark times, but the comforter promises to bring us back to a place of at least peace. And one of the ways we can do that is to relax and let God be God. Let Him judge. Let Him take care of people. Let Him provide the grace in your life that He wants to give you so that you can at least be in peace. And as we rest in that peace, rest in peace, we can start to feel those little bubbles of joy. And joy is not, for me anyway, not this like, oh, I'm so joyful, sometimes. But a lot of times it's very subtle. Joy is this subtle feeling of, it's okay. Life's going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. And remember, the Spirit of God is there to remind you that life is good. Life is going to be okay. There is a plan, but make sure that you're keeping your body a place of sanctuary and safety. Remember to protect yourself so that you can have periods of rest and periods of rejoicing, returning to joy. I'm Tonyah Dee. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that you have a great, relaxing, and joyful month. Go in grace and with grace. Thanks so much.